those who shed their bloods, those who sacrificed their lives, those who are still alive, they are the real heroes of our lives. A very graceful good afternoon to one and all present here. Today, we all are gathered here to cherish the great deeds of our superheroes, our great freedom fighters. उनका बलिदान अनमोल है, उनका बलिदान अनमोल है, उनका जज्बा हिमालय पर्वत की चोटी से भी ऊंचा है, उनका जज्बा हिमालय पर्वत की चोटी से भी ऊंचा है। और मेरे देश के ऐसे वीर जवानों को और मेरे देश के ऐसे वीर जवानों को हर हिंदुस्तानी का सलाम है, हर हिंदुस्तानी का सलाम है। And it's our luck to get this opportunity to celebrate the 75 years of India's independence. So hello everyone, I'm your host Arzu Dhaka from Economics Department GJU Hisar, and I welcome you all on this bright event, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. A heartiest welcome to our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Tankeshwar Kumar, who is the guest of our program, the Dr. Pratap Singh Malik Sir, Director of Training and Placement Cell, GJU Hisar, Dr. Aditya Veer Sir, Assistant Director of Training and Placement Cell, GJU Hisar, Professor Deepa Mangla Ma'am, DSW, and the guest of honor of today's event, Dr. Ranjit Dalal Sir, Assistant Professor from Department of Physics, all the volunteers of this event and the participants too, I welcome you all. It's immense pleasure for all of us that the Training and Placement Cell GJU for the first time has organized a weekly program, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav series, dedicated to 75 years of India's independence. Under this program, deliberation by the participants would be their own one freedom fighters on every Wednesday. Motive of our program is to remember and salute our national heroes along with sharpening our presentation and communication skills. And today is a special day to beautify the life of the strong, bold, daring, intelligent, witful lady who is a woman with the power of 100 lions, who is an inspiration for all of us. And she is one and only Jhansi ki Rani, Maharani Lakshmi Bai. खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी, बूंदेले मुहर बोलो के मुंह हमने सुनी ये है कहानी थी. Now I request our club coordinator Ms. Apurva Man to play a short video on the life of Rani Lakshmi Bai.
मैं रहूं या ना रहूं, भारत ये रहना चाहिए. मेरी नस नस तार कर दो और बना दो एक सितार. राग भारत मुझ पे छेड़ो, झंझनाओ बार बार. देश से ये प्रेम आँखों से झलकना चाहिए. मैं रहूं या ना रहूं, भारत ये रहना चाहिए. कह दो जरा सीमा में रहना सीख ले. ये मेरा भारत अमर है, सत्य कहना सीख ले. भक्ति की इस शक्ति को बढ़कर दिखाना चाहिए. मैं रहूं या ना रहूं, भारत ये रहना चाहिए.
Thank you so much. Now I would like to invite our respected Vice Chancellor Sir to speak on few topics on this event. Few words on this.
Thank you, Veda. Thank you, everyone. You know, this is we are passing through the difficult time, but it is a very important event you are organizing. It's meaningful in the present time also. आजादी का अमृत जो सीरीज है, इसको आप मना रहे हैं। हमारी देश की आज़ादी का 75वां साल शुरू होने वाला है और उसके लिए हम सभी लोग इस इवेंट्स के जरिए जो अपने शहीदों ने बलिदान दिया उनको याद कर रहे हैं। तो उनको याद करते हुए हम ये सीखना चाहते हैं कि हमारी इस वक्त क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज हैं, हमारे क्या कर्तव्य हैं, हमने उनके बलिदानों से क्या पाया है और क्या उसे किस तरह मेंटेन करना है। जैसे मैंने शुरुआत में कहा कि एक ऐसा समय चल रहा है कि पूरा विश्व जो है महामारी से गुजर रहा है और इस वक्त की बात करें, इन दिनों की बात करें, तो इस महामारी का सबसे मैं कहूँगा कि बड़ा जो असर है वो भारत पर है। आप चाहे हम नंबर ऑफ जो डेथ हुई है उसके बारे में ना बात करें, लेकिन जो जितने लोग इससे अफेक्ट हो रहे हैं डेली बेस पे वो सबसे ज़्यादा है। तो हम लोग जो है बहुत इस स्थिति में हैं कि हमें अब इस आज़ादी का जो वो है महत्व है उसको भी हमें समझना चाहिए कि ये आज़ादी हमें क्या सिखाती है। कि हमें ये सिखाती है कि हमने ये आज़ादी जो है बड़ी मुश्किल से ली है, इतने सालों बाद ली है। कोई 200 साल कहे, कोई 500 साल कहे, कोई 800 साल कहे, लेकिन ये बहुत सालों बाद हमें ये आज़ादी मिली है जब हम इसको एंजॉय कर रहे हैं। हम बहुत सभी लोग जो हैं, आप लोग हैं, हम लोग हैं, बहुत एक स्वर्ण पीरियड में हम पैदा हुए। मुझे लगता है कि हम सभी लोग 75 वर्ष से सारे नीचे ही हैं, तो इसका मतलब जो है कि हम सभी लोग जो हैं इसे स्वर्ण पीरियड में हम पैदा हुए हैं। और इसको हमें इसलिए याद करना है कि हमको किसी भी मुसीबत के वक्त, किसी भी देश की मुसीबत के वक्त हमें सबको इकट्ठे मिलकर इस कोई भी जो इस पे आपदा आती है उसमें सभी में इकट्ठे होकर लड़ाई लड़नी। चाहे ये महामारी का ही समय है, तो महामारी का समय है कि देश पर ही आपदा है। कोई तो ये कहता है कि ये बायोलॉजिकल वार है, ठीक है, तो बायोलॉजिकल वार है, तो इस ये वार है, तो वार में हम सभी को एकजुट होकर इस लड़ाई को लड़ना है। तो एकजुटता जो है हम सब में होनी चाहिए। दूसरी बात जो है सभी में ये होना चाहिए कि हम जो है अपने देश के लिए सर्वप्रथम सोचें। सबसे पहले हमें ये देखना चाहिए कि कोई भी मैं काम जो करता हूँ जिंदगी में उसका मेरे देश पर नेगेटिव असर तो नहीं है, कोई उस पर कोई बुरा तो नहीं असर पड़ रहा। सबसे पहले हमें ये सोचना चाहिए। फिर दूसरा हमें कोई भी काम हम करते हैं तो उसमें हमें ये सोचना चाहिए कि इसमें भी क्या दूसरों का नुकसान तो नहीं हो रहा है। अभी हम चाहे मैंने कहा ना कि महामारी का वक्त है कि हम इकट्ठे होकर नहीं लड़ रहे हैं। इसका मतलब मेरा इशारा पॉलिटिकल लोगों से नहीं है, मेरा मतलब अपने ही लोगों से है। अपने ही लोग जो हैं, जो मतलब आप देख रहे हैं कि काला बाजारी भी हो रही है, काला बाजारी भी हो रही है। तो उस काला बाजारी में भी वो भी हम ही कर रहे हैं, हिंदुस्तानी ही कर रहे हैं, ठीक है ना। तो उसमें भी यदि हम देखते हैं कि किसका नुकसान है, उसमें चलो कोई दवा महंगी दी तो दी और डुप्लीकेट दी तो उसका क्या है। तो महंगी दी तो महंगी कोई खरीद के उससे बच सकता है, लेकिन वो डुप्लीकेट ही देंगे तो उससे क्या बचेगा कोई। तो वो कितना ज्यादा वो है। तो इस तरह जो है हम लोग को देखना है कि यदि हम ये सोचते हैं कि ये महामारी है और हमें यदि देश की प्रति भावना नहीं है, ठीक है, देश के प्रति भावना नहीं है, तो हम तो इन कामों में भी उलझ सकते हैं कि हम कोई भी काला बाजारी भी करेंगे, फिर तो ये भी करेंगे। तो इसलिए ये बहुत जरूरी है कि सबसे पहले हम देखें कि हम हमारे अपने देश को, जब इंटरनेशनल लेवल की बात होती है कि हमें क्या, हमारे देश को कोई नुकसान तो नहीं हो रहा। दूसरा हम देख रहे हैं कि कोई जब इतनी बड़ी आपदा आ गई है तो उस वक्त तो कम से कम हम कोई गलत काम ना करें। इस तरह के जो हमारी जो है हमारी शिक्षा इस तरह होनी चाहिए। हमें सारे जो शिक्षा संस्थान है उसमें जो है, तभी ये मैं समझता हूँ कि ऐसा जो आप आयोजन कर रहे हैं, ऐसा बहुत जरूरी है कि हम बहुत से इसमें विद्यार्थी जो हैं इससे सीखें कि हमें आज़ादी किस तरह मिली और इसका मतलब क्या है और इसका हमारी इसमें क्या कंट्रीब्यूशन हो सकती है। मैंने कहीं पहले भी कहा है कि हम वो नहीं कर सकते जो हमारे जो आज़ादी के जो उस वक्त के लोगों ने किया है, जो नहीं भी किया है। तो हम कोई आज की डेट में हमें भगत सिंह बनने की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि हम उन्होंने किया है वो एक पराई सरकार थी उसके अगेंस्ट किया, वो हमारे पर गवर्न करते थे। लेकिन आज ऐसी स्थिति नहीं है। आज जो भी है वो हमारा अपना है, जो भी है हमारा अपना है। जो उसके यदि उसको देश को आगे ले जाना है तो सबको एकजुट मिलकर काम करना पड़ेगा। और स्पेशली जब ऐसी कोई बड़ी बीमारी आती है, कोई बड़ी आपदा आती है, हमारे विचार भिन्न भिन्न हो सकते हैं, लेकिन जो हमारे तक देश, तो मैं समझता हूँ तभी आगे बढ़ सकता है जब भी हम उस सारे मिलकर एकजुट होकर उसको आगे बढ़ाएंगे। सीधा सा एग्जाम्पल है कि यदि किसी चीज को साफ रखना चाहते हैं तो तभी साफ रह सकती है जब उसमें सारे सहयोग दें कि गंद ही ना डालें, ठीक है। यदि उसको दो आदमी नहीं डालें, 2 आदमी डालें, गंद डालें, तो वो गंद ही रहेगा, ठीक है ना। तो इसका मतलब कोई अंतर नहीं है। तो यही मतलब मेरा कहने का है कि हम देखें कि इसमें सभी ने, जब ये हमने आज़ादी ली, आज़ादी मिली, तो हमने इसमें आप बहुत सारी चीजें देखते हैं, सभी लोगों ने कंट्रीब्यूट किया। नरम दल था, गरम दल था, सभी लोगों ने अपने अपने वे में सभी ने अपना अपना कंट्रीब्यूशन किया, तो तभी हमें आज़ादी मिली है। और जब भी हमें कोई एक कलेक्टिव वो आपदा आती है, सभी को अपने देश के प्रति सोचते हुए उसमें हमें सभी को कंट्रीब्यूट करना चाहिए। मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ जो आपने जो हमारा प्रोग्राम हमें सरकार की तरफ से ही ऐसे ही प्रोग्राम की आशा है, लेकिन जो हम अपने अपने लेवल, यूनिवर्सिटी लेवल पर आप इसे ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहे हैं, प्रोफेसर दीपा मंगला और हमारे डायरेक्टर प्लेसमेंट प्रताप मलिक जी, और जो सभी जो स्टूडेंट है इसमें पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं, मैं देख पा रहा हूँ डॉक्टर रंजीत जी को भी, और बहुत सारे यंग स्टूडेंट हैं इसमें पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं। मैं सभी को बधाई देता हूँ। उम्मीद करता हूँ कि हम इसका महत्व, ऐसे प्रोग्राम का महत्व हम समझेंगे और उसमें हम देश के प्रति कुछ कंट्रीब्यूट करेंगे। इन शब्दों के साथ ही मैं यहाँ समाप्त करता हूँ। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Thank you so much, sir. Your words always teaches us how to be a better human being. Now, I would like
आपसे ये कहना चाहता हूँ, देखो मैं भी अकेला बैठा हूँ घर में, मास्क लगा के बैठा हूँ, ठीक है। सिंगल मास्क लगाइए, डबल मास्क लगाइए जब बाहर जाते हैं। अभी तक मुझे सिर्फ यही लगा है कि मास्क ही हम सब लोगों को बचा सकता है। वैक्सीनेशन आपको इस बात से नहीं बचा सकता कि आपको कोविड नहीं होगा, ठीक है। कोविड होगा, तो हो सकता है उससे कोविड होगा, लेकिन उससे आपकी जो वो है कि चांसेस हैं उसके बचने के, वो बढ़ जाते हैं बहुत सारे, ठीक है। तो जितने भी लोग हैं अपना वैक्सीनेशन जहाँ जहाँ होता है करवाइए, ठीक है। टाइम लगेगा लेकिन उसमें आप जुड़े रहिए और मास्क जरूर लगाइए, सभी से मेरा ये निवेदन।
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Dr. Pratap Malik, sir, for his speech.
Thank you, Arju. Although I should have greeted our today's chief guest before address of Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, but it's okay. So on behalf of Training and Placement Cell, I express my greetings and welcome to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, who is chief guest of our today's inauguration function of this very important event, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav series, or we can say India at 75. I also welcome Professor Deepa Mangalaji, who has spared her very precious time for this program as guest of honor. My welcome to Dr. Ranjit Dalalji also, because he is overall program coordinator of this program. He is our training placement coordinator of physics department, and he has basically taken the responsibility of this important program, because this is a weekly program which is basically scheduled to go for a number of weeks. And all the Speakathon Club members who have taken this initiative, and they have worked very hard to make this program a success, and all the participants. As Honorable Vice Chancellor sir has very clearly given a message to us, and that this very program of training and placement cell is to basically make us a good and responsible citizen. Last year also, when lockdown was started, so training and placement cell started a program with the name of WVS, weekly virtual speakathon, and that program also started in May, and we ran this program for one complete year. And now in this May month, we have started this new event or new program, which is Azadi Amrit Mahotsav series. And good thing is that we have started this program in this week, and this week is also very important, because you know that our first war of India's independence that got started on 10th May of 1857 in Meerut, when Mangal Pandey basically initiated that freedom movement. So we have started this program, or we are inaugurating this program in this week, because today is 12th May. So this is a dual purpose program. One purpose of this program is to sharpen your communication skills, because you are going to basically speak on different personalities, different freedom fighters. So when you will speak, you will prepare for that, you will read, and you will be speaking in front of all the students. So it will basically sharpen your communication skill. And second point is that along with your communication skill, your life skills are also going to be improved by this, because we know that nation gets stronger only when its citizens remember their forefathers, or remembers their personalities who have sacrificed themselves for the nation. So we also thought that our students should know our freedom fighters. So we have designed this program in this manner, that every week one freedom fighter will be chosen, and we will try to choose those freedom fighters which are lesser known, so that our students may come to know that who are these freedom fighters, and how their life was, and how they sacrificed themselves for uh, making our country independent. So so these are the two purposes of this event. So I am very hopeful that all the students will continuously participate in this event every week. We have decided Wednesday to be the day of this weekly event. So all the students are requested to keep on participating, because when we are thinking that we will run this program for 75 weeks, let's see what happens. So if we are able to speak on like these many freedom fighters, so you can imagine that it will be a very big addition in your you can say knowledge or your experience with these freedom fighters. So with these words, I again welcome all our chief guest, also our guest of honor also, and now students will be basically coming forward, and they will be speaking on Jhansi Ki Rani Lakshmibai, whom we have chosen as the first freedom fighter for this series. So thanks a lot to all the participants and our guests.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. Now it's high time for all the participants to get versed with all the rules of the competition. First of all, you have to present in English only. Although any couplets of or famous sentences, etc., may be recited in Hindi or any other language as well. Second, when your name is announced by me for speech, then only you should open your video or audio. Don't open your video or audio until and unless told to do so. Speech should be maximum 3 minutes, no lower limit. Please try your best to avoid the repetition of the facts or the incidents which have been shared earlier by the speakers. Even in the case of repetition, interpret that fact or incident in different manner. Speakers should keep themselves focused that our generation should learn from so and so freedom fighters. No derogatory remarks against anyone is allowed. Participants doing paper reading will be disqualified and certificates will not be awarded to those. And at the last, we know how difficult it is to speak in the front of all, so boost the confidence of the speakers with the claps and praising them. Thank you so much. Now it's time to call our first participant, Vishal Yadav.
Arzu, Vishal Yadav is not
He is
present.
not here.
Go to the next
Okay.
one.
Second participant, Vidhi Sachdeva from DN College. And next, Shubham B. Reddy.
Hello everyone.
Vidhi, you can start.
Yeah, hello everyone. Are you listening me? Yeah, are you able to listen me?
Yes, you can start now.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. My name is Vidhi Sachdeva and I am from DN College, Hisar. Today I just want to dedicate some words to Rani Lakshmi Bai. As we all know, so I just hope you all will listen me carefully. So first of all, I just want to share a quote related to Rani Lakshmi Bai in front of all of you. So she said, "I shall not surrender my Jhansi at any cost against Britishers." This was the first ever courageous word that she said in front of the Britishers. So Rani Lakshmi Bai was born. Rani Lakshmi Bai was a warrior of First War of Independence, and she was born on 19th of November 1828 in Varanasi, and was named as Manikarnika and nicknamed as Manu. She was also called as Chabili because of her mischievousness, and she was very talkative in nature. I just wanted to say her father name was Morpant Rao, who was the advisor in the court of Peshwa, and therefore she would just rise up in the shelter of Nana Sahib and Tantia Tope, and because of this she was excellent in archery, shooting, self-defense techniques, as well as in the horsemanship. In 1842 she was married to Gangadhar Rao, who was a Maharaja of Jhansi, and basically then she named as the Rani Lakshmi Bai. There was one incident that I would just want to share with all of you related to her marriage. She was not, Rani Lakshmi was a lady, she was not a bold and quiet enough like other Indian queens, or we can say other Indian women. She was a bold and a lady of a strong nature. On her marriage, when priests were just trying a knot between both of them, she said loudly that tie a firm knot. This sentence of her just made everyone laugh, and this showed that the purity of the Rani Lakshmi Bai related to the relationship between a wife and a husband. I just want to say, in 1851, she gave birth to a child whose name was Damodar Rao, but unfortunately, he was died after 4 months. Then Raja and Rani was adopted a child whose name was Anand Rao from Maharaja's cousins, but he was not their real son. In then as it is said that Maharaja was not there the truth of the death of his real son. Therefore, Maharaja was died on 21st November, unfortunately, in 1853. In 1854, that was the first step when Rani Lakshmibai put forward in the struggle of freedom. Britishers want to expand, as there is a death of Gangadhar Rao, and Britishers now want to expand their kingdom. So they put a condition in front of Rani Lakshmibai that if Britishers will give Rani Lakshmibai a pension of rupees 60,000, then she could leave the Jhansi, as well as she could just hand over the fort to the Britishers. But Rani Lakshmibai courageously said that she would never ever give the fort to the Britishers at any cost. Then the Rani Lakshmibai put her arms, and basically the most famous thing in her arms was that that in her army was that it basically includes the women's Lala Bhau Bakshi, Moti Bai, etc. And even 14,000 people were in her force. Unfortunately, on 17th of November in 1858, when she was battling against ATU users in Phool Bagh near Gwalior, she was take her last breath and she died, unfortunately. And that time when this news was sent to Britishers, Rose, actually the General Rose, who was the General Governor of India, said that he was never seen the lady like her. He was never seen the lady who was so brave, yes, who was so much of perseverance, who has so much of courage to fight in front of the Britishers alone. And he called the Rani Lakshmi Bai as the most dangerous rebel leaders of India. So at last, I just wanted to say hats off to Rani Lakshmi Bai, as well as I just consider her as the Iron Lady of India, who would just put herself in front of the Britishers only to save her country, her peoples, her city. Thank you, and have a nice working day. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Vidhi. Now I would like to call Preeti from GJU. Contestant number 5. Preeti, contestant number 5.
Am I audible to you?
Yes, you are audible and visible. You can start.
Okay, thank you. वो तो खूब लड़ी मर्दानी झांसी वाली रानी थी. That's it. Sorry. Am I audible? Are you saying something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sir. वो तो खूब लड़ी मर्दानी झांसी वाली रानी थी. That's a line from a poem, Rani Lakshmi Bai. And my name is Preeti. Very good evening to all of you. I am here to represent a short life story of Maharani Lakshmi Bai, how she born and brought up unusually and get to a level and now is an icon for the youth and all of us. So I start with her date of birth, which is still in debate now. Some writers assume that she was born on November 19, 1828, but some of them assume that it's 1835. So it's not that much important. The important thing is her personality is a vibe which puts lots of bravery, loyalty, and the courage and lots of spirit of fighting around your soul that is in our mind and our spirit. So going ahead with her birth, she was born in a Brahmin family and she was brought up unusually because she was the perfectionist in the horse riding, then the sword fighting and the other martial arts. She was the very perfect in that fields. She was brought up with her brothers Tata Tope and Nana Sahib. She was the girl who was independent enough as compared to the other girls of her age. And if I talk about the freedom fighting story of her life, that was related to the load of doctrine of Laplace, the rule of the Britishers that uh, adopted son cannot be ruled to the kingdom. The only natural son or the natural higher can rule over the kingdom. And the Rani Lakshmi Bai refused to that rule of the Britishers because she don't want to let her kingdom to hand over the Britishers so easily. She fight against that, and she was fight with her spirit, with her soul, with her courage. She give her 100% to get her freedom, to get the all all the rights she wants to have. So at last I want to give the message that if you want to do something which is courageous, which is different from the society, then have a name Maharani Lakshmi Bai. It will definitely going to encourage you, and you are going to feel full of the uh, enhancement of your soul with the courage and I say bravery and the things you want in your uh, ahead journey. So thank you so much for listening me carefully and giving me your time. Wish you well to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Preeti. Now I would like to call participant number 6, Piyush. Participant number 6, Piyush.
Yes, my name is Piyush Kumar. Rani Lakshmi Bai was the queen of the princely state of Jhansi. She was one of the most leading personalities of the first war of India's independence that started in 1857. We all know that Rani Lakshmi Bai is a symbol of courage and bravery. During her childhood, she was called by the name Manikarnika. At a tender age of 4, she lost her mother while pursuing studies. She took formal trainings in martial arts, which includes horse ridings, shootings, and fencings. She got married to Maharaja of Jhansi, Raja Gangadhar Rao Newalkar. On getting married, she was given the name of Lakshmi Bai. She gives birth to a son. Unfortunately, child died in 4 months. So the couple decided to adopt a child to ensure that the British do not raise an issue over the adoption. Lakshmibai got this adoption witnessed by the local British representatives. On 7 March 1854, English officer Major Ellis come to meet Lakshmibai. He read out the official declaration of dissolving the state of Jhansi. The furious Rani told that मेरी झांसी किसी को नहीं दूंगी. I shall not part with my Jhansi. When he sought her permission to leave Alice, her and left her and left. Rani Lakshmi Bai took over the control of Jhansi, and she made preparation to defend Jhansi from the likely attack by the British. Sir Hugh Rose was appointed by the British to capture Rani Lakshmi Bai alive. Rani Lakshmi Bai stood up on the rampart of her fort, motivating her army to fight with the British. The battle started. Jhansi cannons started routing the British. Even 3 days of continuous firing, the fort of Jhansi could not be attacked. Therefore, Sir Hughes decided to to adopt the path of treachery. Finally, the army of Hughes entered Jhansi. Rani Lakshmi Bai decided to join Peshwa by breaking the block of the enemy. In the night, with her troops of trusted 200 cavalry and tied 12-year-old son Damodar to her back and raising the slogan of Jai Shankar, left her fort. Then she reached Kalpi. At Kalpi, she met Srimant Nana Sahib Peshwe and Tatya Tope. Along with them, only she fought with the British. They won over Gwalior, but Jairaj Shinde, who had run away and took help of British and attacked again. At Gwalior, a battle was fought during which Rani was hit with a bullet, but in that condition also she kept on fighting. Finally, she was hit with sword and fell from horse. But Tata Tope took immediately her body and broke the siege. He cremated her. He cremated her and did left rights. The Rani Lakshmibai fought for her dharma is known as even today as a brave queen as खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वो तो झांसी वाली रानी.
Your
Thank
time
you.
is over. Thank you so much. Now I would like to call 7th participant Anil Kumar. Participant number 7, Anil Kumar.
Students, one message is there for you. When you see the message like 2 minutes 30 seconds are over, so you should basically start summarizing your lecture. Okay, Anil, go ahead.
चमक उठी 57 में वह तलवार पुरानी थी, बुंदेले हर बोलों के मुंह हमने सुनी कहानी थी, खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वह तो झांसी वाली रानी थी. Hello everyone, my name is Anil Kumar. Today I would like to share the bravery of Rani Lakshmibai, who fought the first battle of India's independence. Rani Lakshmibai was born on 19th November 1828, named as Manikarnika. She was dearly named as Manu in her childhood days. When she was 4 years old, a tragedy happened in her family. Her mother passed away, and she was brought up by her father alone. After her mother's death, she and her father moved to Bithor and started living with Peshwa Bajirao. In her childhood days, she learned about martial art, horse riding, fencing, shooting. When she was 14 years old, she married to Gangadhar Rao. Gangadhar Rao was the king of Jhansi. After marriage, she got the name of Lakshmibai. She had a son, but he unfortunately died at the 4-month-old. Gangadhar Rao could not bear the shock of his son's death, and after a long illness, he died on November 21st, 1853. After this incident, the British East India Company brought up the rule of doctrine of lapse. Doctrine of lapse is the rule in which if a ruler of state died without a legal male hire, the state has the power to annex the British East India Company. But Rani Lakshmibai refused to follow this rule and filed a petition in court. But petition went unaccepted by British government. After this, a war broke out in 1857, and the war is popularly named as the Mutiny of 1857. In that war, Rani Lakshmibai fought with valor and courage. But after a long fight, she fell from her horse and collapsed down on the ground. Rani Lakshmibai will be remembered amongst the bravest fighter in Indian history. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now I would like to call participant number 8, Anshul. Participant number 8, Anshul.
Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to honorable chief guests, respected judges, and all my lovely friends. This is Anshul from BS Economics first year. Today I am very proud to have had opportunity to speak about Queen of Jhansi, Rani Lakshmibai. Rani Lakshmibai, Rani of Jhansi, was an Indian queen and a warrior. She was one of the leading personalities of the first war of Indian independence, which was started in 1857. Rani Lakshmibai, Jhansi ki Rani, and her original name was Mankarnika, and her nickname was Manu. She was married to Raja Gangadhar Rao in 1850. In 1842, the Maharaja of Jhansi. On the day before the Raja death, in November 1853, he adopted a child. Raja wrote a letter to the British government that her Rani should be recognized as a ruler of Jhansi after his death. But after the death of Raja Gangadhar Rao, British government refused to allow his adopted son to become Raja, and Jhansi was ruled by British. But at that time, no one knew that India was turning a new page in its history. And India was preparing to fight against the British. It was the first call for freedom. Initially, Rani Lakshmibai was not willing to go against the British. But in 1858, when Sir Hugh Ross demanded the complete surrender of Jhansi, she decided to go war with British. And thus she said, "मैं अपनी झांसी नहीं दूंगी." She rebelled against the British and she prepared her own force. She gave a very tough fight to the British, carrying her infant on her back in the battlefield. Many of the people of the city were killed in the fighting. Rani Lakshmibai was dressed as a cavalry leader and she was badly wounded. She was not willing to capture her body by the British. So she set up Hermit to burn his body. A brave and a fearless woman who fought courageously against the British eventually lost her life on 18 June 1858 at the age of 29 in Brazil. Rani Lakshmibai. It is such a unique name that made a very special position in the heart of every Indian. I must say that we should take inspiration from her. She can prove that if we cannot find sunshine, then we can be sunshine. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you, Anshul. कुछ विचित्र थी उसकी कहानी, कुछ विचित्र थी उसकी कहानी, मातृभूमि के लिए प्राणभूति देने की ठानी थी, अंतिम सांसों तक लड़ी वो मर्दानी थी. Now I would like to call participant number 9, Ayushi Arya. Start, Ayushi.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ayushi Arya of BSc Economics first year. बुंदेले हर बोलो के मुंह हमने सुनी कहानी थी, खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी. One of the most motivating and uplifting lines you can ever think of. These lines remind us of none other than the inspiring woman of the day, Rani Lakshmibai. Lakshmibai, the queen of Maratha-led princely state of Jhansi, is a legendary character who was a key figure in 1857 Indian rebellion. A remarkable rebellion which haunts us to this day. Named Manikarnika at birth, she came to life on November 19, 1828 in Varanasi. She was raised in Peshwa's household and had an unusual upbringing from a Brahmin child. Peshwa adored her and referred to her as Shabili, which means a playful one. She was raised in a somewhat different world from the rest of us. Manu sported with horses and swords, things that a boy's life is made of, and the girls that age reveled in dolls and fantasies. Manikarnika tied the knot at the age of 14 with Gangadhar Rao, Maharaja of Jhansi, and was afterward named Lakshmibai. She was widowed without leaving a surviving heir to the throne. Following Hindu tradition, the Maharaja adopted a boy, Anand Rao, as a successor shortly before his death. But the Governor General refused to accept it, and in line of doctrine of lapse annexed Jhansi. Rani Lakshmibai rebelled against this and took control of Jhansi for herself, ensuring the city's safety. She defended Jhansi against British troops when Sir Hugh Ross besieged Jhansi on 23rd March 1858. She fought the British valiantly during the 2-week siege of Jhansi, determined not to relinquish control over the capital. She fought with swords and both hands while carrying her young son Damodar around on her back. In 1858, she escaped the fort by riding her horse Bali. On June 17, 1858, she bravely fought the British squadron in Gwalior and died a martyr's death on the front line. It is believed that since she didn't want the Britishers to capture her body, she requested that her body be burned after she died. She's gone, but never forgotten. She laid this impression on all of us, which can never be erased. She galvanized an entire nation by her heroic example. Many generations in the coming times will be motivated by her valor. Once even a British officer and author lauded her patriotism and bravery 20 years after her death. Hugh Ross, the commander of British Army, exclaimed that she is the most dangerous of all the Indian leaders. She is definitely an inspiration to thousands of women because, notwithstanding her tender age, she took on a mighty enemy all by herself. She defined not only beauty but courage, intelligence, and serenity. Immortally each soul, Manikarnika is a girl who inspires all women out there to be fearless and fierce. Her eternal glory and salvation can never be abandoned from anyone's heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayushi. Participant number 8, Navneet Kumar. Participant number 10, Navneet Kumar.
Yes. Do I am audible?
Yes, you are audible as well as visible. Start your.
Thank you. Hello everyone. Today I am Navneet Kumar from GJU campus is going to bring some lights on the life of Rani Lakshmi Bai. Rani Lakshmi Bai is not just a name. She is a, I mean to say that she is a slogan. She is a slogan while fighting. Rani Lakshmi Bai was born in a 19th November 1828 in a Brahman family. His father worked in Peshwa Bajirao's territory in Bittur district. Bittur is a holy place which comes in Kanpur, and it is situated on the banks of holy river Ganga.
Carry on.
Sir, can I present my presentation after some time, please?
Please try again.
You are audible. You can continue.
Okay, sir. Hello everyone. Today I am Navneet Kumar from GJU campus is going to bring some lights on the life of Rani Lakshmi Bai. Rani Lakshmi Bai, she was born on 19th November 1828 in the Banaras in eastern Uttar Pradesh. She was born in Marathi Brahman family and his original name was Manikarnika. His childhood nickname was Manu and his mother name was Bhagirathi Sapre. She got died when Manikarnika was at the age of 4 and his father Moropant Tambe did not marry again for his better care of his Rani Lakshmi Bai, and took Rani with him at his workplace, who worked at Bajirao, Peshwa Bajirao II, who is the king of Bittur district, and now it comes in the Kanpur district of Kanpur district. When Rani Lakshmi Bai was 14 years old, she was married with Maharaja of Jhansi named I forgot his name, but after that, in 1951, she gave birth to a male child, namely Damodar. After the 4 months of his birth, he got died, and the Maharaja physical conditions was not well. So everyone advised them to adopt a child, and Rani adopted his Maharaja's cousin child, namely Subhankar Rao. But after the adoption of his child, his Maharaja got died, and a letter was given to British officers that his adopted child would be given treated as respectfully as he is the next kingdom of Jhansi, and the entire princely state of Jhansi is given to the Maharani. But Britishers passed a doctrine of Lamb's Treaty and said that they said that the palace is given to the original son, not to the adopted one. And after that, Manikarnika was given an annual pension of 60,000, but she refused and said that मैं अपनी झांसी नहीं दूंगी. On 10th May 1857, the freedom struggle of Indian Revolution was started from Meerut, and when this news reached the Jhansi, Rani Lakshmi Bai started creating his troops and admitting several women in his troops. And a woman whose name is Jhalkari Bai, who has similar appearance like Rani Lakshmi Bai, has given a main post in his troop. In 1857,
Navneet, your time is over. Thank you so much.
okay.
Now it's time to call participant number 11, Harman Kumar Kaur. Participant number 11, Harman Kaur.
Hello everyone, my name is Harman Kaur. I am a student, second year. Today I would talk to you about one of the freedom fighter, Rani Lakshmi Bai. India has rich culture and history. There were many kings and queens who ruled over India for a long decades. One of them is Rani Lakshmi Bai. She was the queen of Jhansi. She was born on 19 November 1828 in Varanasi, and his real name was Manikarnika. She lost her mother at the age of 4 and raised by her father, who worked as an advisor in the court of Peshwa. She supported her and learned many things like horse riding, shooting, self-defense, and many other things. In 1842, Lakshmi Bai got married to Gangadhar Rao. After a couple of years later, he gave birth to a boy, but he died after 4 months. Then they adopted Rao, who was later renamed Damodar. After that, British tried to take control over northern India along with Jhansi, but Lakshmi Bai was resisted them and killed in the battle of Jhansi. She was a true freedom fighter who died for his country. She became role model for many female. After her death, Rose commented that Rani Lakshmi Bai was one of the most dangerous of all Indian leaders. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Harman. Participant number 12, Monica Gupta. Participant number 12, Monica Gupta.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Hello.
you can start.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Venika from BSc Biotechnology first year, and I am here to talk a bit about Rani Lakshmi Bai. The great heroine of Indian history, Maharani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi, had an exemplary martyrdom. Lakshmi Bai was the birth date of Rani Lakshmi Bai is debatable. She was born at Kashi, and her father's name was Morpan Tambe, who was highly respected Maharashtrian Brahmin. Her mother died at a very early age, so her father raised her. It was only her father who raised her, but it was only her father who raised her. She learned many arts with the help of her father, like fencing, shooting, and even the principle of 3 arts. She was married to Raja Gangadhar Rao around the age of 14, and she was very young at that time. And Maharaja was senior from her in many years. But after the marriage, she started to take keen interest in military and fine arts. Now, Rani Lakshmi Bai meant goddess of wealth. She was a great. She was said to be a great queen for the kingdom. They both had a son, but she died early. So she adopted Raja's nephew, Raja's nephew, but unfortunately, Raja died a day after. After that, the Britishers did not recognize the adoption, so they tried to take Jhansi under the lapse policy. But Rani Lakshmi Bai refused them. She said them. She made a couple of petitions to the British Army, showed her flexibility, in handling the situation and her great leadership skills to avoid the bloodshed. After that, the first broke in 1857 broke out, and it was started on May 10. After that, after a little bit of time, the war in Jhansi also broke out, and Maharani Lakshmi Bai joined the war immediately. She won the war and captured the fort. So the forces by Britishers were sent again to capture Jhansi, but Maharani Lakshmi Bai fought bravely. After that, but she had to escape from the fort and she reached Kalpi. She fight bravely for 4 days. She fought bravely, no sacrifice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now participant number 14, Prerna. Participant number 14, Prerna. Prerna, are you there? Okay, start.
That has made a very special place in the hearts of every Indian. Here, we will not forget this name for the show because she proved it. Because she proved it. If you can't beat, if right, I'm very proud to speak about the Queen of Jhansi, a wonderful, known for her braveness, smartness, and Rani Lakshmi, a symbol on 19th November. Year-old, her mother died and her father worked in Vishwas. Some martial arts fighting and it has a great courage and presence of mind which she proved many times. Even at early age of 13, she stood when she opposed and also stood up against the Englishmen. She's a fearless personality. Maharaj, the king, as the Rani Lakshmi.
So exhausting.
She
Prerna, you are not audible. Your network is weak. That's why your voice is not audible. So you can change your place. You can change your location, and then you try after some time. You can be given another chance. Because you are not at all audible.
So, sir, should I call next participant?
Yes.
Participant number 15, Nishtha.
Arzu, she is not present.
Okay.
Call
Participant
Ritu
number
now.
15, Mukesh Kumar.
He is also not there.
Call Ritu directly.
Participant number 17, Ritu Sangwan. Participant number 17, Ritu Sangwan.
Am I audible?
Yes, you can start.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ritu Sangwan. I'm here to talk on Lakshmi Bai. She was a fearless queen of Jhansi who became an icon of the freedom struggle. She was an ideal woman and source of inspiration to India and the leader of First Indian Battle of India. The great heroine of the Indian history was like Joan of Arc. They both have made so many great qualities in common. The most important is that they both struggled and fought hard for liberating their respective countries from slavery and foreign rule. Formerly known as Manikarnika Tambe, she was a brave daughter of Bhagirathi Tambe and Morpant Tambe. She took birth on November 19, 1828 at Kashi. Her mother died when she was just a little girl. Her father worked for Peshwa Bajirao. She received her education at home along with Peshwa's sons, Nana Sahib and Rao Sahib. As she was trained with boys, she inhabited many manlike traits. Manikarnika got all the teaching on martial arts, horse riding, fencing, and shooting as well. She had a couple of maids as she was good in horse riding. In May 1842, she was married to the king of Jhansi, Maharaja Gangadhar Rao. He named her Lakshmi Bai in honor of Hindu goddess Lakshmi. There's something of Cinderella story to Lakshmi Bai, a commoner who rose to become a queen of Jhansi. Most of the fairy tales would end there. But in Lakshmi Bai's case, it was just the beginning of a memorable life as a warrior queen. After marriage, she took a keen interest in administrative and military affairs. She was blessed with a son, but he unfortunately died a few months later. There was no one to succeed the throne as her son died, so the Maharaja was concerned with this grave situation. He adopted his cousin's son and named him as Damodar Rao. A few years later, he died as he was ill. British government took an opportunity over this and imposed the doctrine of lapsing. According to it, if a ruler died without an heir of kingdom, his kingdom will be annexed. Britishers refused to accept the adopted child. After the petitions were unaccepted by the British government, war broke out. The Britishers were infuriated by her and sent a large force to recapture Jhansi on 20th March 1958. Lakshmi Bai fought tirelessly with the British army. Suffocating. Finally, Sir Hugh defeated her not by force but by treachery. The fort was recaptured by him. Lakshmi Bai escaped the fort with the help of her loyal fighters and reached Kalpi. There, the British sent huge reinforcement under General Smith. She fought valiantly but was defeated again. She fled with a horse where she was hit by a bullet and wounded terribly. Her horse was also injured severely. She fought till the end and finally collapsed. Her soldiers quickly burnt her body before the Britishers could get her into hands. Thank you.
Thank you, Ritu. Participant number 18, Tanmay. Yes, start.
Good evening, everyone. I am Tanmay Sharma. I am from Guru Jambeshwar University of Science and Technology, Hisar. So I am here to speak about one of the greatest and the bravest freedom fighter, Rani Lakshmi Bai, the Queen of Jhansi. Rani Lakshmi Bai was born on 19 November 1829 in the town of Varanasi. She was named as Manikarnika and nicknamed as Manu. She grew up under the care of Nana Sahib and Tata Tope, due to which she was mastered at shooting, fencing, and horsemanship. she was more independent to the other girls of her age because she raised as a son. At the age of 18, Rani Lakshmibai got married to the king of Jhansi, Raja Gangadhar Rao. After seeing inhibition of king towards the Britishers, she got upset and she break the ice in rebellion. Uh, in rebellion. Then, after the death of King, Britishers tried to annex Jhansi through the doctrine of lapse method, but she fought against them, and but she could not withstand with the big British army, and she martyred. She can be best described as the bravest. She can be best described as the bravest and courageous woman of our country. Uh, in the honor, imperialism of British Empire was going quite well until she came into existence. In honor of her, our Indian Army also introduced a women regiment from infantry branch, the Rani Lakshmibai regiment. And last, I want to say some lines for her. वतन के लिए लड़ी ऐसी सुनी हमने एक कहानी थी खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी. Thank you and जय हिंद.
Thank you, Tanmay. Now it's time to call participant number 19, Vishali.
Am I audible and visible?
You are audible, but yes. You can start.
Yeah. I conjure the Hindus in the name of Ganga and Tulsi, and Saligram and the Mohammedans in the name of God and Quran to join us and entreat them to join us for destroying the English for the mutual welfare. These words were spoken by one of the great freedom fighter of our India, Rani Lakshmibai, Queen of Jhansi. So, hello everyone, I am Vishali. Today, I would like to throw some light on the life of Manikarnika, Queen of Jhansi. She was a Brahmin girl born to Morupan Tambe and Bhagirathi Tambe on 19th of November 1828 in Kashi, now Varanasi. She was also called Manubai when she moved to Bitur district in Uttar Pradesh because her father started working as an advisor in the Peshwa Bajirao school after her mother dies. And she spent her childhood training in martial arts and fencing, shooting, and she was very fond of horse riding. At the age of 14 years old, she was married to Maharaja Gangadhar Rao. And after that, in 1851, she gave birth to her son Damodar Rao. But unfortunately, after 4 months, he dies. After this, Maharaja adopted his cousin's son Anand Rao. Yet he could not recover from the death of his son, so he died in 1853. After this, Britishers tried to annex Jhansi. Rani Lakshmibai was very strong, and she said that I will not leave my Jhansi. She made her force and collected the arms. And when Britishers attacked the fort of Jhansi, they were surprised to see swords in the hands of Queen. She fought till her last breath and gave her life for the sake of freedom. Indian history has not ever witnessed a woman warrior as brave as Rani Lakshmibai. She was an inspiration and admiration for all the people. She will always stay in the heart of every Indian. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishali. Now it's time to call participant number 20, Lalit.
I am audible.
Yes, you can start.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today is in the series of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. I am going to deliver some highlights and sacrifices of the Rani Lakshmibai. Rani Lakshmibai is the great woman. She She is the only girl child of her parents. Her father and her, at the age of just 4 years, she lost his mother. But his mother, she did not saw his mother, but she loved his mother, and now the responsibility of Rani Lakshmibai is put on her father's shoulder. Now her father trained him like a boy. Now the Rani Lakshmibai got trained horse riding, elephant riding, martial training, and some etc. training is given to him. And the age of just as the age of 14, she got married to Maharaja of Jhansi, named as Maharaja Gangadhar Rao. After the some time of the marriage, she blessed with a child, a boy child. But after the 4 months, the boy got died. Now the Maharaja got ill, but she wants to adopt a boy child for now he adopted his cousin's son and give him the name give him the name Anand Rao. But after some time the Maharaja got died, and the British officer did not accept the Anand Rao as the Maharaja of the Jhansi. But the Rani Lakshmibai took that she will did not fell down, and she took with the help of Mangal Pandey and other officers. She will try to do battle with the British officers, and on the March 29, Mangal Pandey shooted a British officer, and with the time spent, and the British officer put a war on his wall. Thank you.
Thank you, Lalit. Participant number 21, Sneha Goel.
Hello everyone. Remember those history lessons few years ago? Somewhere between the lessons on Indus Valley civilization and Quit India movement, you must have read about Rani Lakshmibai. And I am sure that your heart would swell up with pride whenever you read about her courage. Well, it's time to feel proud again. A heartiest good afternoon to everyone. This is Sneha Goyal. Today I feel very proud to have had the opportunity to speak about the wonderful lady, the symbol of female bravery, Rani Lakshmibai. Rani Lakshmibai was born to Moroppan Tambe and Bhagirathi Tambe on 19th November 1828 at Kashi, Varanasi. Her real name was Manikarnika and nickname was Manu. Manu was very fond of weapons since childhood. Do you know? She was educated at home. She was mastered the art of fencing, shooting, horse riding, and martial arts without even going to a proper school of martial arts. Her mother died at a very tender age of 4. She was married to Gangadhar Rao at 14, but he died soon due to some illness. British officials saw this as an opportunity to capture Jhansi, but Rani Lakshmibai was totally against to give her kingdom, and thus she said, "मैं अपनी झांसी नहीं दूंगी." But मैं अपनी झांसी नहीं दूंगी. Rani Lakshmibai fought against several British officials with her son tied to her back and riding her horse Badal. During this war, she was wounded and by an English horseman and collapsed. She died on 18th June 1858 in Gwalior. Till her last breath, she devoted her life for the freedom of Jhansi. Remember those lines? खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी, by Subhadra Kumari Chauhan. true to each word and relevant even today. We can learn a lot from Rani Lakshmi Bai. She fought for the rights of the Indians and for a better future of Jhansi. And she proved it. She proved it that if you can't find the sunshine, then be the sunshine. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Sneha. Now it's time to call participant number 22, Harshit.
Respected teachers, honorable chief guest, and my dear participants. First of all, I would like to wish you all a good evening. I'm Harshit, sitting in front of you to give my views on the life of Rani Lakshmibai. Rani Lakshmibai, as we all know, she is one of the greatest leaders of her time. Her life is a true inspiration for all of us. From birth, she faced a lot of many things. When she was just 4 years old, she lost her mother, and we all know pain of a child without her mother. When she was just 14 years old, she was married to Rao Gangadhar, and soon after her marriage, she gave birth to a child. And when he was just 4 months old, he died, and it was quite painful for her. But she did not broke up, and she, with the help of her husband, adopted a baby boy and named him after her dead son, Damodar Das. But soon after the soon after her husband also died, and she was in pain also at this time, but she did not give up. And Britishers tried to take advantage of this situation, and they offered Rani a annual salary of rupees 60,000, but she refused, and she did not want to let Jhansi go to the hands of Britishers. So Britishers attacked her. She fought 3 battles in Gwalior and Jhansi, but in last she martyred, and she is a true inspiration for all of us. After her death, she inspired the Gadar party of Sardar Chandrasekhar Azad, and she is an inspiration for all of us till now. And also from her life, we get to know 3 lessons. First of all, we should not give up, and even if we are weak in front of anybody, also we should accept all lessons, all hardships of life, and we should give our best in our life. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Harshit. Now it's time to call participant number 23, Monica. Participant number 23, Monica.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yes, you can start.
A brilliant tribute to bravery of Rani of Jhansi is described in a poem by great poetess Subhadra Kumari Chauhan in her poem. I am reciting few lines of that poem here. गुमी हुई आजादी की कीमत सबने पहचानी थी, गुमी हुई आजादी की कीमत सबने पहचानी थी, दूर फिरंगी को करने की सबने मन में ठानी थी, चमक उठी सन 57 में वो तलवार पुरानी थी, बुंदेले हर बोलो के मुंह से हमने सुनी कहानी थी, खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी, खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी. Rani Lakshmibai was an Indian queen of Maratha royal state. She was one of the leading figure of Indian rebellion 1857 and become a symbol of resistance of British Raj for all Indian nationalists. She was much more independent in her childhood as compared to other children of her age. After marriage with Maharaja Gangadhar Rao of Jhansi, she was named as Lakshmi Bai in honor of Hindu goddess Lakshmi. After death of Maharaja in 1853, British East Indian Company under Governor General Lord Dalhousie applied the doctrine of lapsing. Then in 1857, Indian rebellion started in Meerut. In March 1858, British forces arrived in Jhansi fort and asked the Jhansi to leave the fort and under the command of Sir Hugh Groves. Then Rani Lakshmibai refused and proclaimed that We fight for independence. We fight for independence. If we are victorious, we will enjoy the fruit of victory. And if we are defeated and killed in field of battle, we shall surely earn eternal glory and slogan. Then after in June 1858, near Pool Bagh of Gwalior, Rani Lakshmi Bai, dressed as a bravery of soldier, was died after a courageous fight with British rulers. In British report of this battle, the British General Hugh Ross also commented to Rani Lakshmi Bai that she was a personable, clever and beautiful lady, and she is the most dangerous of all Indian leaders. All in all, she is a symbol of courage and woman power for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Monica. Now participant number 24, Shivani.
Arzu, she's not present. On the next.
Okay. Participant number 25, Komal. Participant number 25, Komal.
Am I audible?
Yes, you can start.
Jai Hind everyone, myself Komal Sharma, and I want to deliver some message on the life of Rani Lakshmi Bai. Rani Lakshmi Bai was one of the leading figures of the rebellion of 1857. For Indian nationalists, she became an icon for freedom struggle against the British Raj for India. In 1842, Lakshmi Bai got married to Gangadhar Rao, the Maharaja of Jhansi. Few years after marriage, in 1851, Manikarnika gave birth to a boy, but he couldn't survive and died after 4 months. Then Lakshmi Bai and Gangadhar Rao adopted Rao's cousin son, Anand Rao, who was later renamed as Damodar. Soon after they adopted Anand, Maharaja died in 1853. Rani Lakshmi Bai was just 18 at the time. The East India Company took advantage of this Maharaja's death and applied the doctrine of lapse. According to this, any princely state under the control of EIC, the ruler didn't have a legal male heir would be annexed by the company. Displeased by the injustice, Rani Lakshmi Bai even appealed to court in London, which discarded her case. The plan of Britishers was to annex Jhansi. They seized the state jewels, granted her an annual pension of 60,000 and asked her to leave the fort for forever. Rani Lakshmi Bai was determined to not give up on the dominion of Jhansi and hence started assembling an army including women. She was supported by Tatia Tope and Nana Sahib. Rani Lakshmi Bai gave a great fight to the British at the siege of Jhansi for about 2 weeks. After the war, when the British army entered Jhansi, Rani Lakshmi Bai tied her son Damodar Rao to her back and fought bravely using 2 swords in both her hands. She then departed to Gwalior and a battle was fought between the British and Lakshmi Bai's army. She died on June 17, 1858, betraying her life for India's freedom. After her death, Bundelkhand and Jhansi were the only land where the image of Rani was claimed, depicted as the protector of land or as the only man among the men to fight against Firangis. Other places were so endued in the aftermath that...
Your time is up. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Now I would like to call participant number 28, Himanshi.
Hey everyone,
Today, I, Himanshi, a student of BCom from DN College Hisar, is going to speak on our great freedom fighter, Rani Lakshmi Bai. Rani Lakshmi Bai was an unforgettable warrior in the history of India. She is famous as the Jhansi of Rani. Varanasi is the place she belongs to that is popularly known as Kashi. 1857 is the year when the queen showed her heroism and valor rising with a rebellion against Britishers. And this battle was known as the very first war of independence. Rani Lakshmi Bai was born on 19th of November 1858 in Varanasi into a Brahmin family and was named Manikarnika. Rani Lakshmi, her parents came from Maharashtra and her mother died when she was 4 and her father worked in a court of Peshawar of a Bethor district. And later on he moved to the court of Raja Gangadhar Rao, that was the Maharaja of Jhansi, and when Manu was 13. And after a year later, Rani Lakshmi Bai was married with Raja Gangadhar Rao in the age of 14 and was named Rani Lakshmi Bai. And Rani Lakshmi Bai's son died at 4 months, and they adopted Damodar as their son. Rani Lakshmi Bai learned horsemanship, self-defense, and other things. Even they formed their own army in this time with their female friends in court. And Rani Lakshmi Bai husband Gangadhar Rao died at 21st of November 1853. That was unable to recover from the death of their own son. Rani Lakshmi Bai was a brave lady and inspirations for all the women. उखाड़ फेंका हर दुश्मन को जिसने झांसी का अपमान किया. उखाड़ फेंका हर दुश्मन को जिसने झांसी का अपमान किया. मर्दानगी की परिभाषा बनकर आजादी का पैगाम दिया. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Himanshi. Now it's time to call participant number 29, Tisha.
Am I audible?
Yes, you can start now.
Rani Lakshmi Bai. It is such a unique name that has made a very special place in the heart of every Indian. Even after next 7 generations, will not forget her name. Jai Hind to all. I, Tisha Narula from Fatehchand College Hisar, is going to present my views on the topic Rani Lakshmi Bai. An unforgettable woman figure is Rani Lakshmi Bai. Rani Lakshmi Bai was born on 19 November 1828 at the town of Varanasi, and her name was given Manikarnika and her nickname was Manu. And her parents were Moroppan Tambe and Bhagirathi Tambe. In 1842, Rani Lakshmi Bai married to Maharaja Gangadhar Rao Navelkar, and after marriage only she get the name Lakshmi Bai. Since their child has been died as a baby, so they adopted a child named Damodar Rao, and they proclaimed him as a legal heir of a throne. After the death of Maharaja, Britishers refused to accept the Damodar Rao. Britishers refused to accept Damodar Rao as a legal heir of a throne according to doctrine of